man said that time waits for no man. In the NBA, the same can be said about teams chasing a division title. Not since fresh-faced Magic Johnson's second season have the Lakers failed to win the Pacific Division. 9 straight. But time is running desperately short on LA's search for 10 in a row. The new team to beat in the West hails from the idyllic climes of Portland, Oregon. But the Blazers' brand of basketball is anything but serene. Aggression, the theme from Drexler, Porter, and Duckworth. This athletic group has powered Portland to the NBA's best record. A solid indication that the time may be right in Portland for a changing of the Pacific Division guard as the NBA season clock runs out on the champion Lakers.
This is the NBA on NBC. Today, it's the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Portland Trail Blazers.
Since 1978, a sellout in Portland. Nearly 13,000 rabid Blazer fans at the Coliseum. The rival Lakers are in town, and Portland can clinch the Pacific title with a win today. Hello, everyone. Dick Enberg with Steve Jones. We welcome you to the great Northwest. This crowd is ready to explode. The time is now for Portland.
The time is now, and the obvious is that they could be the best in the West. The thing that Portland really wants to do with the Los Angeles Lakers today is get rid of that psychological collar that they've had cinched around their neck for 9 straight years. Should they be able to do that with a big win today, I think they feel that they'll win the championship.
Well, here are the standings in the Pacific Division. Of course, the Lakers have won 9 seasons in a row. A win today, 4-game lead with 4 to go, and a win in the head-to-head would give Portland the Pacific Division title. The Lakers would pull within 2 with a victory of their own today. Now, last year at this time, 2-2, Portland won. Riley didn't use all of his players. The Portland fans and team want a knockout right now, don't they?
They want a knockout. They want to show that they really are the bullies of the block and that they are the bad guys to beat. This will bring them into the national limelight as well. So Portland definitely wants to win today.
The Lakers' Byron Scott, a starting guard, did not practice yesterday. Let's see if he will play this afternoon. We go to Joel Myers.
Dick, I was in the Laker locker room just a few minutes ago, about an hour ago, in fact. Byron Scott was taking electronic stimulation besides therapy from trainer Gary Vitti. I just spoke with Gary Vitti about 3-4 minutes ago. He said Byron Scott will start, but you may see Terry Teagle seeing appreciable minutes as well. Teagle, don't forget, is coming off one of his best games as a Laker in the Laker win over Utah a couple of nights ago. So look for a lot of minutes from Terry Teagle, despite the fact that Byron Scott is going to be starting. Back to you, Dick.
All right, Joel. Mike Dunleavy in his first year as the Lakers head coach. A solid job indeed. He is not feeling well, suffering from the flu. The starting lineups in a moment.
It's brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Federal Express. Absolutely, positively the best in the business twice a day. And by Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now.
A look at the Lakers and Portland this year, each with 2 wins. The 2 Blazer wins in Los Angeles, both in overtime. On the bottom of your screen, 109-105 late in March when they rallied from 21 down in the 3rd period. The Lakers start with Scott and Johnson in the backcourt. Magic, 24 from Oscar Robertson's all-time assist record. Perkins and Worthy in the front court, and Vlade Divac at center. Mike Dunleavy Only 3 games behind. He's not feeling very well. You can see. We may have him leave. He said, don't expect me on the bench all the time today. Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter in the back line for the Blazers with Kersey and Buck Williams. Boy, was he the puzzle that really made this whole picture fit in Portland. And Kevin Duckworth throws his 7 feet, 275 pounds around in the middle to Rick Adelman in his 3rd year. A win today will be a Portland franchise record in this their 21st season as they go for 60 wins. Their 12-game win streak coming into this game is the longest in a single season in franchise history, and this crowd hungry for that big win over Los Angeles to establish their own rights in the Northwest, ready to cheer every move by Portland. It's Worthy with the opening tip. And Worthy's the go-to man early, isn't he, Steve?
Dick, what they want to do is get James Worthy in the ball game early. He's starting this ball game like he did in L.A. with an air ball, but he had a huge first half down there with 20. We'll see how it works today.
Drexler inside. Porter. Open is Buck Williams. Williams second in the league in field goal percentage to Robert Parrish of Boston. Magic looking inside to Perkins. Williams bumping Perkins. The left-hander from North Carolina is short. Gets it back. And it's stolen away, and a foul on Williams reaching in. He got the ball, but he got the wrist as well. Buck Williams from Maryland, traded last year from New Jersey. Fans feel that Williams doesn't get a fair call against the Lakers. You heard that even from the cab drivers.
Worse than that, as the crowd reacts, is that Sam Perkins is going to get to the line. They felt that there was no foul. What the Trailblazers will have to guard here early is being too hyper, too excited. There were 2 Trailblazers fighting for that ball. It got back into the hand of Sam Perkins. That's how he ends up on the line.
Perkins averaging 13.5 a game, 4th for the Lakers. And he ties it at 2. Terry Porter brings it in from Wisconsin Stevens Point. Small college strength of the starting 5 for the Blazers. Drexler from Houston. One of his patented drives is batted right in Magic's face, but it caroms to Perkins. Now Magic, 24 from the record held by the great Oscar Robertson, the Cincinnati Royals and Milwaukee Bucks days. Divac sometimes disappears for the Lakers. They don't get it off. The 24-second buzzer denies. Good defense for Portland. Duckworth for 15. Byron Scott tips to Magic.
Tempo is very important in this ball game for the Los Angeles Lakers. They don't want to get in an up-and-down game, and in the last 2 possessions, they've been very deliberate about what they want to do, and that forced a turnover on the shot clock.
Divac with a fine pass. Perkins is fouled. Appeared to be Kersey reaching in from the backside. His first. Scott was yelling over at Steve there to Magic to shoot and didn't hear the call.
The passing that the Lakers had last time in this possession that got Sam Perkins to the line is the kind that you want, that exemplifies good ball movement. Not the kind that goes around the perimeter, but the kind that goes to the basket. And you got Sam Perkins cutting to the hoop on the line.
Looking for 4 in a row. And has it for the 4th LA lead. Inside Duckworth. Divac over the shoulder. Gets the hold. Waddy had been a real slump rebounding. Hadn't been in double figures for over a month until he got a dozen against Utah on Thursday night in the Laker win. Wide open is Williams has all 4 Portland points. Perkins has all 6 of the Laker points.
And we have an ACC shootout right now. Maryland, North Carolina. Terry Porter is really a real catalyst for the Trailblazers, and the way he pushes the ball up the court determines whether they're going to get into an open court game.
Mercy on the drive. Duckworth battling Magic, comes up with a rebound and then steps on the baseline. He's another one of the small college products, Eastern Illinois. In his 5th year now with the Blazers after coming from San Antonio in a Walter Berry deal. Lakers lead 6-4. James Worthy. Divac gets the offensive rebound. Perkins. Divac off the glass, and it's 8-4 Los Angeles. The first points for Vlade. Drexler for 3. The glide is in the book. 8-7 LA.
They want to make Portland make a decision right here. Either double Worthy and make him make a pass or turn him loose.
Williams with a rebound. Porter stops the 3. Oh, they call it a 2. Foot was just on the line, and Portland leads 9-8. Adelman still calling for a 3 on the sidelines. A little soft hook from Magic, and he has his first points. A whole foot behind the line. 11-10 Portland. Well, Magic Johnson and his coach Mike Dunleavy both agree that Portland is the fastest team in the NBA. Quickness is accented on this athletic group for the Blazers.
They have rebounding at all positions. They finally get a chance to run. Drexler.
Well, they get there in a hurry, and Drexler gives the Blazers a 3-point lead. The crowd loves them on the run.
One of the things that this crowd is doing is making it difficult for Magic Johnson and Dunleavy to communicate. On this side of the floor, Magic likes to either come across the middle or make a pass to the other side.
Worthy misses again. Perkins bats it out of bounds. Worthy is 0 for 5.
He's had starts like this, but they will keep coming to him because he is their big game player, and if he raises his level of play, so do the rest of the Lakers.
Duckworth too much for Divac, but misses the inside play. Johnson with the Lakers on the run to Byron Scott. Scott's first hoop, and it's 13-12 Blazers. 45 left in the opening quarter. Drexler from 3-point range. He's got 2 in a row, has 10 in the quarter to lead all scorers. Sixth time is the charm for Worthy. His first. 16-14 Portland. Drexler, 3 times 3. Scott can't answer. Here come the Blazers. Oh, a steal by Scott, and they had a man down court. Just under 6 minutes. Portland with its biggest lead, 5. Magic working on Drexler. No, it doesn't go in, and here come the Blazers the other way. Deflected by Worthy, and all alone is Magic at the other end.
Good things come to those who wait. Magic had a good drive, got denied. They turn it over, and he never got to the other end of the floor. Porter
jamming the ball inside, and Worthy comes up with a steal, and it's Divac racing down court. Knocked away by Kersey. What a hustle play by Jerome Kersey.
Jerome Kersey never quits on a play. That reminds all those Laker fans of what Michael Cooper used to mean to the Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Lakers got James Worthy in a position the transition game what the Lakers don't want to see. They want to keep the Lakers contained and in a half-court game, shooting the ball over the top. But the surprise is three-point field goals from Drexler. And I'm sure Mike Dunleavy has said, I think we may have to guard him today.
Does any team in the league integrate that three-point effort better than Portland? It just seems part of their system. Nothing special. When it's there, they pop it.
They take it more than anybody. It's integrated in their offense. The only other team that comes close are the Houston Rockets.
1916, the home team Blazers. Worthy with 8.
Now you count the number of times they come back to this man because they realize they need him. Big rebound, Kersey.
It was Kersey who rebounded, and it was Kersey who denied the easy 2 by Divac before the commercial break. That was a certain 2 and denied by Jerome. Porter, who already has 6 assists in this quarter, to Duckworth, make it 7. Kevin Duckworth, his first bucket.
Magic for 3.
Just feel the groans go down in Portland on that 3. 21-19 Blazers.
Magic just looked at the scoreboard. He wants to keep the Lakers close. He knows that Portland wants to get off to a big start, keep this crowd involved, put a psychological collar on the Lakers.
Drexler, 2 more, and he now has 15 first quarter points. 23-19 Blazers, 4:15 to go in the quarter. Another miss by Worthy. Wanted a foul. Order to Drexler. Kersey blocked by Divac off the leg of the Lakers.
Whenever you see Clyde Drexler, you know it's impromptu, and you never know how good it's going to be, but that's a sensational drive taken away by Vlade Divac.
Divac, who leads the Lakers in blocks, that was his 120th.
Divac said, Kersey, I remember you. You got me the last time.
Los Angeles down by 4 on this trip. 3:45 left in the first period. To Perkins. 23-21. 8 for Sam Perkins to lead Los Angeles. Kersey over Divac and draws the foul, and that'll be the second on Vlade.
Pick and roll, that has been a staple for the Trailblazers, and it saved them many times last year, and tonight, this afternoon rather, they've worked it a couple of times, once with Duckworth, this last time with Jerome Kersey. Divac picks up the foul. They're going to allow Worthy to get a minute to calm himself down. Certain Dunleavy's going to get him back in the ball game as he goes over and has a word with them now.
Here comes Michael Thompson in for the Lakers, replacing Divac. Also in AC Green, Portland bred and raised. In fact, led his Benson High School team to the Oregon State Championship right here on this floor. Before going to Oregon State, AC number 45 in the Laker purple. 24-21, the Blazers. Worthy rested after a 1-for-8 start. Byron Scott. And the Lakers are within 1.
That is the Byron Scott that used to be a killer for the Trailblazers. And if Scott can continue to have an afternoon like that, the Trailblazers certainly will have to make big adjustments.
Laker foul. And with it, a timeout with 2:57 remaining in the first period. A 1-point game in Portland.
It's always very special for one family in particular when the Los Angeles Lakers come to Portland. That family, Mr. and Mrs. A.C. Green Sr. Mr. Green, it all started right here in this very building when your son was playing for Benton High School. It was a state championship game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was 1981. Right here from Benton High School, they started it.
And you've had the opportunity to watch him grow and mature as a player at Oregon State as well.
Yes, I did. Oregon State, right on through to the Lakers. Sir.
Now, Is it difficult coming in here? You may be one of the only ones pulling for the Lakers a little bit here.
No, I don't think it's difficult. No, I wouldn't say that.
Now, your wife was telling me before the game, Leola Green was telling me she does not mind those trips down to Los Angeles, not only the Laker games to Los Angeles, but also those shopping expeditions.
I love it. I love it all.
Sounds like Randy Newman's here. She loves L.A. Back to you, Dick.
All right, Joel. And there, of course, Portland fans the rest of the time. The steal by Byron Scott. And Porter takes it right back, but loses it out of bounds. Just a postscript on A.C. Green Sr. He was a club boxer, and A.C. Jr. said when he was a little kid, he used to put on his boxing robe. He said it was all green with gold trim, had A.C. on the back. He'd strut around the house. He said, I never tried out my dad's gloves, though. He said, I never challenged him.
He may not have challenged him, but perhaps some of that boxing and fighter's mentality rubbed off on AC because he's really turned into a big competitor for the Lakers.
Look at that. Drexler fight for the ball and flip it back to a teammate on the blind pass. Big turnover at 24-23 Portland. Duckworth over Thompson. Doesn't get the bounce. Perkins and Johnson heads the Lakers the other way. Three for Magic, and Los Angeles leads 26-24. Pair of threes for Johnson. He has 10.
Nobody understands the psychology of three-point shots better than Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. He's had a couple. He knows his team's back on top. They want to try to keep some pressure on Portland in this first period.
Williams misses. Kersey fights for the rebound. Duckworth. Three chances and out of bounds it goes to Portland. Fans wanted a foul. Danny Ainge comes in for Portland. As you look at that play again.
Offensive rebound is a strong point of the Trailblazers. Duckworth lost control and then trying to fight his way back up. Thought he got fouled. He's out of the ball game. Put Robinson in along with Ainge.
Robinson with a red headband. Number 3 from Connecticut. Drexler finally misses. Thompson saves for Los Angeles. The Lakers head into the offensive end. It's A.C. Green, and he is fouled. Danny Ainge got him.
The break used to be the strength of the Los Angeles game, and now it's an occasional weapon. And A.C. Green, the guy on the finishing end of it, can't quite get it done, draws the foul. But Magic will be looking for that easy opportunity whenever it's there. He's got some runners out on the floor, and Perkins and Green.
A.C. was soon to be an ordained minister, involved in youth ministry. High-quality young guy. Has high school basketball camps here during the summer in Portland. His first point, and it's 27-24. Minute 15 remaining in the opening quarter. Kersey from Longwood College of Virginia, Jerome Kersey.
Confusion down at the Laker end as they're trying to run the 12 play. Whenever you get the defense that much time, there's usually a breakdown, but Perkins makes a big recovery right at the hoop. He's got 10 in the period.
Final minute. This game building with a taste of playoff intensity.
Pushing on.
Kersey off a pick by Ames. Jerome Kersey with 5, and it's a one-point game again. Magic looks at the clock. About 11 seconds difference between game clock and the shot clock. Magic doesn't hit, but back to Perkins. 1 second difference now.
And you notice, always aware of all of the things that are going on in the arena. Again, Magic looks at the clock. He knows there's a small difference. He's going to try to hold till they can get the final shot and the best shot before the quarter ends.
Magic throws it right into the hands of Kersey. Kersey with 3, draws the foul. No basket. Ames batted the ball home, but after the foul. Second on Perkins.
Magic wanted to find a cutter across the middle, and the defense did a great job of reacting. And Jerome Kersey is their defensive catalyst, and when he's active and aware of the ball, they force turnovers. He gets in transition. Now they have a chance to finish from the line.
Well, he does anticipate those passes in the lanes, doesn't he? Ties it at 29.
There are two key guys for Portland on the offense and the defense in terms of catalyst. Porter, in terms of hard pushes up and down the floor, gets them into a transition game. And when Kersey is reacting to the ball at the defensive end, the rest of the players seem to take suit. Their defense is alert, aggressive, and really hard for teams to score in the painted area.
Kersey looking for the Portland lead. Has it in 3.2 seconds for the Lakers. Almost turned over. Tony Smith boxed in, throws up a prayer. And that's the end of a well-played and indeed sometimes intense first period. Mike Dunleavy's Lakers trail by 1. Along the banks of the Willamette River, the Coliseum in Portland, and those 8 Western Division teams are in the playoffs, and currently they stack up in that order, with Portland going for its 13th in a row and 60th win. San Antonio, the leaders in the Midwest, with the Lakers a better record, but they're actually in the 3rd seeded position. And at this point, it would be Lakers and Houston in the best 3 of 5 opening round, but still much to be determined there with that dogfight, San Antonio, Utah, Houston in the Midwest. Magic Johnson says, hey, this one stacks up with a Detroit-Chicago or Boston-Philly series. This is a rivalry. You know that well, Steve.
It has been one that the country hasn't gotten a chance to see, and they've been invited in this afternoon, and we've had an excellent first quarter of play.
Haynes just misses. Veteran Walter Davis gets the rebound. Robinson now. Cooper loses it, and it's A.C. Green to Terry Teagle. Teagle was red hot on Thursday night against Utah. Hits his first shot, and the Lakers back in front.
Now, Portland has gone out and shored up their bench and has perhaps the best bench in terms of flexibility and depth in the league, but Teagle and Green can neutralize some of that if they get off to a great shooting start. Worthy's still cold.
Here come the Blazers down 31-30. They have Ainge, Robinson, the veteran Cooper, and Kersey. Way off the mark is Ainge. And Worthy goes up with Robinson, and it'll be on James Worthy. His first.
The Lakers have been through this kind of playoff type of intensity and big game so many times. Rick Adelman is very concerned about his team, particularly the bench. He's trying to tell them right now, settle down, make sure you get a good scoring opportunity with James Gibbs.
Danny Ainge with his first basket. Oregon raised down in Eugene before he went on to BYU.
He got booed here when he came back as a Celtic.
Booed everywhere.
That's right. So they don't remember him until he got a uniform on with the Trailblazer colors on it.
He loves it here, that competitive style of this team. Teagle rattles it out. Michael Thompson has it picked off by Ainge. Took it right out of his pocket. Ainge the other way. Walter Davis, the veteran, acquired from Denver. 34-31, the Blazers.
And Davis had been struggling and adjusting to becoming a Trailblazer because he wasn't doing what he did best, which was shoot the ball. That first shot is a huge confidence builder for him.
Ainge double teaming on Worthy. Tony Smith underneath the Green. Great pass. Great shot by Green. Oh, and a foul on the Lakers. Warded him off with a left hand. Dunleavy, rarely animated, can't believe it.
Dunleavy, a sick man suffering from the flu, and this kind of play taken away from him will make him feel worse. He says no way. The Trailblazers get the call.
Magic Johnson on the bench for the Lakers. Robinson. And the foul on Robinson. Or no, the 3 is not for Robinson's number, but for the violation in the lane. 3 seconds, and with it a timeout. 9:47 left in the opening half, and the Blazers lead by 3. Oh my, what a shot of Mount Hood. Danny Ainge. Let's go back to that steal.
When the Trailblazers acquired Danny Ainge, many felt that he was the missing piece for the Trailblazer bench in a possible shot at a championship because of his competitiveness and ability to do a lot of things. Comes up with the loose ball, leads the break. Walter Davis on the finishing end.
Yeah, Danny told me yesterday, he said, the only thing I want, I don't mind being a sixth man. I just want to be in there at the end of the game. Michael Thompson, the ex-Blazer, is short on his jump hook, gets it back, and is fouled. Walter Davis with a reach in. Thompson, who still makes his home here in Portland, played for the Blazers 7 years.
Crowd is going to get on Michael Thompson here because they remember his free throwing, which was never good. He's about as good as he's going to get at 71%. And 2, because he said the Lakers would overtake the Trailblazers when they had that 8-game advantage. They did for one brief day.
Half game in front, didn't last long. The real low point for Portland was the loss at home to the Clippers. That was the wake-up call, according to their coach Adelman. But Robinson, nice move. 36-32 Portland. First points for Robinson. Thompson, the former Minnesota star. Smith from Marquette, the rookie. He has his first points.
The book on Smith, of course, is to make him play outside in. A great driver, but he's been practicing that jump shot. Looks good on that one.
Kersey. Oh, what a kind bounce. 9 for him. Smith, Siegel, Green, Worthy, and Thompson on the floor for the Lakers. Magic Johnson still extended. Oh, Smith getting to a stop is called for the travel. Here comes Buck Williams back in for Portland as Kersey gets a breather. Don't see many travel calls in the NBA.
Tony Smith strong on the drive, and that drive is what he was looking for, and he came to a jump start and just took a couple of extra steps when the lane was shut down.
The veteran Davis draws the foul and hits the basket. Siegel with a foul.
Davis has that ability to strike a match and ignite his team and doing what he does best, which is shoot the ball. Good pump fake, got Teagle off his feet. Now we'll see him try to finish at the line for the three-point play. He's traditionally been a great free thrower throughout his career.
And he's missed only 10 of 109 this year. 36-year-old veteran from North Carolina. 5 points for him. And Magic will return for the Lakers as Portland celebrates its largest lead of the game, 7, and a foul. Looked like Ames finally had to reach in. He has his second. When you watch Magic working, especially that back-in move when they isolate him, that's something he said he learned from Oscar Robertson as a kid watching the Big O on TV.
What he does, he finds his man, breaks him down, continues to wheel inside, this time trying to get a score.
Divac finally gets the loose ball, and it's stolen by Ames. 2-on-2. Robinson. Oh, it's bouncing home for the Blazers. Timeout, Los Angeles, and they love that scoreboard in Portland. such a meaningful opportunity for the Blazers and their fans.
Anytime you give a team 3 opportunities, you usually get burned, but a hustling Danny Ainge gets Cliff Robinson out in the open court, and he gets a fortunate bounce right here, and the Trailblazers almost get a goaltend with the hand of Wayne Cooper, and that's why the crowd has reacted. They've tried to get a little break here, and Dunleavy and Magic Johnson will now try to find a way to get a score. In this situation, where they've outscored them 7-0, they're going to try to come back to either Worthy, Terry Teagle on the box against Walter Davis.
Worthy way off the mark, and here comes the Blazers looking for more. No one on Robinson. Buck Williams is fouled by Worthy. Second on James Worthy. Dunleavy really barking at one of the officials.
Robinson had the designs of dunking that ball, but took off a little bit too far. But again, it's the offensive rebound and the activity on the board that is giving the Trailblazers an edge here. Right here, you see Dunleavy really upset.
Meanwhile, on the Portland bench, Wayne Cooper being attended to. They're looking at his left knee. That's 8 unanswered points for Portland. And the 36-year-old Dunleavy already ill. This run making him sick as well. Portland.
This is a critical possession for the Lakers. They've got to try to get a chance to score, break the run, get themselves back in the ball game.
Divac on the switch, and he can't hit the open jumper. Ainge pushes it up court. Oh, that's too many. He traveled. And then the offensive foul as well. And with that, a timeout, 6:53 in the half, and the Lakers looking for someone to score.
Miller Genuine Draft presents #1 draft choices.
6'9" Sam Perkins was drafted in the first round, chosen 4th overall in 1984 by Dallas. Perkins played his college ball with the Tar Heels of North Carolina, signed by the Lakers this year as a free agent, and has contributed with those numbers today. And a reminder, at the end of today's broadcast, we'll be selecting the Miller Genuine Draft Player of the game. Wayne Cooper gets a hand as he goes back to the Portland dressing room, and Joel Myers will check out on that injury. Lakers with only 5 points in over 5 minutes of the second quarter, and Portland leaping into an 11-point lead at 45-34, 6:50 left. Down in Los Angeles at the Forum a couple of weeks ago, it was the Lakers by 21 in the third quarter, and the Portland Blazers rallied to win in overtime.
They're looking to get James Worthy the ball. They've got to get him involved offensively. They come back to Teagle.
Give and go from Magic Johnson. Johnson with another assist as he heads toward Big O's record. Hope Oscar's watching today. That was Magic's idol growing up. Walter Davis. Duckworth can't quite get that rebound, but certainly was in position. Magic working on the shorter range, and then a beautiful pass underneath, and the foul. Duckworth reaching in with a foul, his first.
Magic does this so well. Gets down on the box and force teams to make an adjustment. Teagle cuts to the hoop. That's the most dangerous kind of cut you can make. And with a passer like Magic Johnson, you're almost assured of getting a chance to score. Perkins on the line, same kind of play. Magic forcing the defense to make a decision, come to him. Now, how do you beat the Lakers in this situation, Dick? You make Magic Johnson score the basketball. If he becomes a scorer, Perkins can't score, Worthy can't score, Teagle can't score, and that's the strength of the Lakers.
Perkins' first miss from the free throw line. 45-37. Walter Davis and Danny Ainge out for Portland. Got a big hand. They now come down with Porter, Drexler, Duckworth, Robinson. Robinson, top. Inside move by Cliff Robinson, who has a half a dozen. 10-point Blazer advantage. Teagle around Porter. Former Baylor star has 6.
So after that run, the Lakers have settled down. They've come back with 3 straight scoring possessions. They might feel that they have a rhythm at the offensive end. Let's see if they can shut down Portland the other way.
Drexler slashing and draws the foul from Magic. First on Johnson. That gets a roar from the crowd. The fact that Magic has won in that column.
Adelman and the crowd wanted continuation. David Jones, the official, says no.
Porter with Teagle. Williams and Perkins bumping inside. Porter unable to get him, and Robinson with a long rebound.
Portland struggles whenever they decide to come quickly from the perimeter. Robinson chased that one down. They get a turn out of it anyway. And what Rick Adelman would like to see his team do is pass and cut. That's what hurts the Lakers the most.
You talk with Adelman, he uses that word slash a lot, doesn't he? And that does describe well the kind of attack Portland brings. Teagle. Boy, he has the hot hand, and when he is hot, 47-41. Lakers draw within 6. He had 20 points against Utah, 9 for 14 shooting Thursday night. Tips it away.
Now, Rick Adelman is telling his team, and he senses that they're beginning to stand. They don't have that ball movement, which is really critical to breaking down the Laker defense. If the Lakers can keep you in front of them, they will force you to shoot over the top, rebound the ball, and control the tempo.
8 on the shot clock. Porter, Duckworth. Oh, they're getting all the bounces, the Blazers. 49-41. Worthy. That's only his second basket. 2 for 11 in the game. 6-point Blazer lead as we approach the 4-minute mark. First half. Blazers boards again today. Robinson. Oh, he's active for a big man. 6'10". In his second year. Played for the Huskies, their NIT championship year in '88. Connecticut. Teagle again. 10 for Teagle.
Teagle has done his job. He's kept the Lakers within contact. Duckworth trying to break it back the other way.
It was almost a baseball pitch. He lined it in. 53-45. Evots against Duckworth. 6 on the shot clock. Perkins keeps it alive for himself. He earned that too. 13 for Perkins. Drexler. Quiet since the first quarter, but the leading scorer in the game with 17.
You hear the crowd yelling, help him, help him. They realize that they're in a vulnerable position. Worthy starting to try to get scoring. Misses that chance.
Buck Williams brings it down for Portland, and here's Porter. Duckworth loses it out of bounds, but Divac got a piece of it. And with that, a timeout, 2:24 before the intermission. And here in Portland, it's the Blazers by 8. Back in Portland, number 42, Wayne Cooper, apparently is in this sequence where he injured that knee as Robinson makes his move, and then Cooper comes in for the rebound. Perhaps there it landed awkwardly and left the game. So to get a report on his condition, let's go to Joel Myers.
Dick, I'm with the Blazers team doctor, Bob Cook. The extent of the injury to Wayne Cooper.
Just a patellar tendon strain, left knee. I don't think it's going to be serious. Hopefully he may be back in the second half. We'll have to determine that in another 10 minutes or so.
What do you have to guard against? Is there a swelling process?
Well, if it swells and if he doesn't move well, obviously he's out for the rest of the game, but hopefully he'll be back soon.
All right, back to you, Dick.
All right, Joel, and Byron Scott, who, if you look at Rick Adelman, who was questionable after sitting out yesterday's practice, did play for a period in the first period, but we haven't seen him for quite some time. In fact, not in this entire second quarter, and we're just 2:24 from halftime.
Well, it's tough to take out Jerry Teagle when he's got such a hot hand. He has been the guy to help bring them back. They're down by 8 now. Portland trying to push it back to 10.
Porter and Divot's got a piece of him. Divot thought that Porter jumped into him, but won't win that argument. That's the third on the Lakers center. 23 years young.
You cannot overrate the value of a ball fake. You got a lot of people that try to challenge and block. Divot comes right into Porter. Porter wisely, knowing he's going to get a chance to go to the line, throws the ball in the air.
Third point of the game. Former star with the Pointers of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. Divot goes out with his 3. Dunleavy not wanting to risk a 4th. Eldon Campbell, the rookie from Clemson, has replaced him. And Campbell with a rebound. 9-point Blazer advantage. Drexler on Magic. Perkins against Buck Williams. Got help from the backside, and Porter rebounds. Drexler, oh, does he fly. Robinson completes the break. Can't hit it. Out of bounds to Portland. Boy, they get the ball down there in a hurry.
You see why the league does not like to run with Portland. The best at transitioning, and when when Cliff Robinson becomes a big finisher like James Worthy, the Trailblazers will have a huge weapon.
Foul on Worthy, I believe, for holding, grabbing a jersey. Stay with us at halftime. Prudential halftime report. Cotton Fitzsimmons will be a featured guest. Pat Rowley, Bob Costa standing by in New York. Robinson, an average free throw shooter, about 2 out of 3. Looking for his first from the line today and his 9th point.
Cliff Robinson was a player that many got off of in the draft, and everyone after he played his rookie season said they stole him as he was a second-round pick, number 36, and he is a developer. He has got skills that have superstar written all over them, and it's a question of whether staying focused, because he is a free spirit.
Driving to the Buffalo High School system in New York. It's a 10-point lead. But the foul was on Magic Johnson, so Johnson with 2. Worthy also with 2. Divot with 3. Teagle. And Drexler rebounds. Robinson showing that quickness again, and that's the biggest Blazer lead, 12 points. Minute 12 to go.
The Magic wants to force the defense to make an adjustment. Porter steals.
With Worthy back, Porter scores, and they're on their feet in Portland. And the foul is on the Lakers. Campbell over the back. Portland has fashioned 2 runs, 1 9 in a row, and now 8 in a row for Adelman's club.
You see Magic Johnson come across, and the anticipation of the defense is what made that play. Porter tipped it, chased it down, beat everyone to it. got the two. Then it's Campbell at the other end trying to make a play at the board over the back of Kevin Duckworth and all of the Trailblazers involved. When Portland starters have great balance, they usually win comfortably, and they're on the way to that kind of game this afternoon.
10 unanswered points, and the Lakers with 46 seconds to go in the half. Worthy, 6 points for James, the leading Lakers scorer on the year.
And the Lakers have to get Worthy on track in that second half. They cannot win the game without him.
Duckworth outside to pop again. About a second and a half difference in the game and shot clocks. Terry Porter with a dozen assists in the first half for Portland. And a hold against Buck Williams.
The idea of jumping Magic Johnson was to make him pick up the ball. Buck Williams tried to make a play on the ball as well. Fouled him. The Lakers will have 6.9 seconds to finish on a positive note before they go to the locker room.
They get it in the hands of the Magic Man. Perkins from three-point range. Drexler rebounds, and horn sounds, ending an outstanding half for the hometown Blazers. A half a game away from their 60th win. Pat Bob.
This is the Prudential Halftime Report. Come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
Okay, up by 1 after a quarter. The Trailblazers break it open in the second. 35-18 over the Lakers in that period. 65-49 at the half. Clyde Drexler with 17, 15 of them in the first quarter. Cliff Robinson with 11, Duckworth with 10, Jerome Kersey with 9 at the half. Sam Perkins leads the Lakers with 13. Magic had 10, but all of them in the first quarter.
It tells you something about the Portland defense today. Worthy was 1 out of 10 to start the game. He ended up 3 out of 13 for the half. Magic did not score in the second period. Both teams play exceptional defense. Both of them allow 45% field goal percentage against them. And both of those players, the key players for the Lakers, I mean, the fact that Perkins is the leading scorer shows that their defense is focused on both Worthy and Magic, and they've done a great job.
We're talking about the possibility all through the afternoon of Portland wrapping it all up for the best overall record, winning the Pacific, winning the Western Conference, home court advantage all the way through. You may wonder about the Chicago Bulls, who with 21 defeats are 3 defeats behind Portland, and I guess have a tiny chance to overtake them for the best overall record in the league. But to have even the slimmest hope, they really had to count on the Lakers beating the Trailblazers today, because the Trailblazers are at home for a while, and they have upcoming home games against Sacramento, which never wins on the road, and Orlando, an expansion team that has improved but isn't going to beat the Trailblazers in Portland. At least it's not likely to. So right now, with this victory, not only would they clinch the West, but for all intents and purposes wrap up the best record overall in the league.
Which is what you want. I mean, they've had a great season, Bob. They started out with 11 consecutive victories to start the season. They finished right now with 12 going into today. I think they're making their final statement that they made last year. They were embarrassed up at Portland. They lost 3 games to the Pistons in the finals. I think that motivated them. Today's first half performance shows that that what they're all about is really a great basketball team. And I think they're motivated by all of those factors.
So they're up by 16 at the half. If they win this, they will have taken 3 out of 5 against the Lakers head-to-head in the season series. Now, our Peter Vesey has some good news for an NBA lottery team. Brian Williams, a 6'11 junior from the University of Arizona, has informed his coach, Lute Olson, that he plans to apply for the NBA draft. Right now, Williams would be one of the top big men available, no doubt about that. We call a timeout right here. When we come back, we'll talk with the Phoenix Suns coach, Cotton Fitzsimmons, and check the status of his injured players, Kevin Johnson, Tom Chambers, and Dan Marley.
Okay. Got it.
Welcome back to the Coliseum in Portland. You know, it could have been the Boston Trailblazers against the Lakers today. You know, you know all the history about Portland. It was Stumpville back in the 1840s, and a guy from Boston and someone from Portland, Maine came out here and settled it. and they flipped a coin to see what they'd name the city. But by a coin flip, the fella from Portland, Maine won, so it's the Portland, city of Portland. Could have been the Boston Trailblazers. Just a little bit of history to throw in there, Steve. How about the Lakers? Their history, if they don't put something together in the second half, what do?
Well, certainly the Lakers have struggled here, and one of the reasons they struggle is because they have not been able to get Portland to become a perimeter team. And a bigger story is their inability to get James Worthy going in a big ball game. Normally, you see James Worthy burning his opponents with regularity on this kind of play, and the Trailblazers have made him have a tough first half. Now, for the Worthy watchers and the Laker fans, the beauty of the NBA is it is a 24-minute game, and they've got another 24.
Well, let's find out what Mike Dunleavy, the Laker coach, had to say at halftime. We go to Joel Myers.
All right, Dick, adjustments. What were you talking about in the halftime locker room?
Well, we've got to tighten up our defense. You know, we let them shoot 59% in the first half, and they're really hurting us on the boards. Just a matter of getting tougher and having to come out and put up a better fight and see if we can turn this game around.
Can you run with this team in a transition game, because it appears they're trying to get up and down that way?
Well, they're a great open court team, and it really makes us have to be sure of our balance and not to turn the ball over. If we can do those two things, we can stop them from running and start making them play our kind of game.
I know you've got the flu. I hope to make you feel better in the second half. Thanks, Mike. Let's go back to Dick.
All right, Dunleavy's Lakers down by 16 at the intermission, but James Worthy figures to heat up. We'll see what happens. Second half to come, and we'll have all the other numbers in a moment. With Steve Jones, Dick Enberg, we welcome you back to the Portland Coliseum, where the Trailblazers, the first-place team in the Pacific Division, own a 16-point lead led by Clyde Drexler, 17. 3 of 4 from three-point range for the Glide. As the Blazers outshot the Lakers 59 to 44%. Terry Porter dishing out 12 assists. Magic Johnson with 7. That leaves Johnson 17 from the record held by Oscar Robertson. Leading scorers, Perkins 13, Johnson and Teagle off the bench with 10. Drexler 17 tops Portland, Robinson 11, and Duckworth 10.
Those numbers would indicate that we have a close ball game, but the fact that Worthy does not appear anywhere near double figures shortens the Lakers a great deal. And what the Lakers want to do with Portland is get them in a half-court game, force them to play basketball east-west and shoot against the shot clock over the top of the defense and be able to control the tempo of the game. Now, they know you can get out of a hole. Portland did it when they were down 21 in Los Angeles, but it takes a required effort of hard commitment, denial, at every stop. We'll see if the Lakers are up to the challenge.
Both teams start with the same 5 that opened the game. That means Byron Scott in there for the Lakers, and Terry Porter nails the first shot of the second half, and with it the Blazers' biggest lead, 18. On that comeback win for Portland in L.A., Rick Adelman, a rare fit of temper in the locker room, kicked over a table. Things went flying, and he really got the attention of the Blazers. He said, it was rare for me, but it just seemed natural. It was sitting there, and I took out all my anger and anxiety. He said, we're going to play or just die right here, and his team rallied brilliantly. Maybe the biggest win of the year. Certainly was the biggest loss of the year for the Lakers. Worthy scores. Everyone confirmed that, from Magic right on down through the team, and certainly Mike Dunleavy said the toughest loss by far. Williams gets it right back for Portland.
They got Magic and Worthy right at the well, and when they can do that, then they have a chance to get Worthy in the ball game. Back-to-back hoops.
Duckworth to Kersey. Way short.
Excuse me, Dick, but that's what they want to see Portland do. Shoot that ball quickly from the outside and then be able to come back and get their inside game going.
Magic. Oh, what a dish out to Worthy. Unable to hit that one, and Buck Williams draws it in. He led Portland with 6 rebounds in the first half. Rebounded LA 22-14. Jerome Kersey. Open as Porter. The Blazers by 20. And Dunleavy calls time.
The crowd is on their feet because the Lakers shot quickly from the perimeter, and this is what happens when you do that. You get a transition opportunity. Terry Porter scores, and they feel that they have a chance to break this thing open.
Again, what's at stake here in Portland today as you look at the Blazers continuing their red-hot shooting. Portland with a club record, season record, adding to their winning streak would be 13 in a row. It'd be their 60th win of the year. That would be a club record. And more importantly, it would win the Pacific Division. With 4 games to go, they'd have a 4-game lead and would have beaten the Lakers 3-2 head-to-head.
And the only thing that's missing from this game so far is Pat Riley.
Well, we'll see him. We've had a video from last year. Williams with Perkins. Running Hilton out there. Divac to Magic Johnson. Worthy with a quick pop. He equals his first half output in 2.5 minutes of the second half.
And notice, every play has been in his direction. He's got 6 quick points, but they're down 18.
Drexler. What a first step. 19 for him to lead all scores. And the foul against the Blazers. Here's to be Kersey, his second.
Drexler is great whenever he can find a seam because he's got that great extension, floats right in, an easy scoring opportunity at the other end. They tried to get the ball to Worthy. He picked up the foul against Jerome Kersey.
Magic held by Clyde Drexler in that multi-million-dollar one-on-one confrontation. Glide against the Magic man.
They called this foul.
Kersey reaching in again.
Kersey reaching in. You see his reaction. He's not happy. That is his 3rd personal foul.
Johnson with the ball. The Lakers down by 20. Divac to the ball. Can't hit. Perkins follows it in. 15 now for Sam Perkins to lead the Lakers. And Duckworth.
Turn it over. Charge. The Lakers know that Portland is also subject to give back some of their lead. Dunleavy trying to fire his team up as Duckworth tried to go one-on-one. Divac has learned very quickly how to draw fouls, and the ball goes the other way.
Scott to Worthy. He hustles it up there, but way short. 3-point try for Byron Scott. And it's 77-60. 7 points for Scott. Porter left open. Scott with the rebound. You could see him wince as he went up with the right hand. The right shoulder was the one that they had iced down heavily yesterday during the practice period. Divac. Good move on Buck Williams, and he scores. A little run for the Lakers to cut the lead to 15. 4 points for Divac. A little tough for Portland to slow down the tempo. That just isn't their style.
Well, it's not their game, and whenever you see them walking the ball up the floor, you have a problem. Drexler trying to come inside again.
Blocked by Perkins. Here comes Worthy. 3-on-1. Himself on the finger roll. Worthy comes out firing, and Portland says that's enough. Timeout, Rick Adelman. 14 now for Worthy.
Drexler spinning in. Perkins, who's tremendous off the ball, making the block. Worthy trying to figure out where the defense is. Finally, he sees a lane, rolls in, and Portland wants a timeout.
20-point lead down to 14. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the National Basketball Association, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association. Well, sparked by James Worthy. Lakers pull within 13 points, and there's the comparison between the superstars, Johnson and Drexler. Clyde leading with 21. Magic, 10 assists, go with his 10 points. Magic, by the way, leading the NBA with 13 triple-doubles.
The Lakers in their comeback attempt want to see this league get into single figures, and they want to force Portland to play that kind of basketball where they can force the ball to come over the top.
Duckworth loses the handle. Worthy the other way for the purple and gold. But the purple reign of 9 years may well be ending today in Portland. A high lob to Divac. Amongst the big trees and able to make the move. 77-66. Drexler. Down the bottom of the well for Drexler. 23 for him.
Drexler has every intention of ending any doubt about who the team is the best in the West with this afternoon's performance.
Byron Scott around Williams. Divac to Magic. Divac lumbers inside and gets the foul on a push. Fans wanted the charge.
What breaks the defense down is not being aware of where the basketball is, and Portland was not aware of where the ball was in the hands of Magic Johnson. They leave it for Vlade Divac. Divac showing his ability inside as well as out, takes it. The crowd wanted a charge. They call a Duckworth on Duckworth for the foul from the rear.
79-68 as Divac gets the pair. The Lakers stay within 11. We're in the third quarter, 5.5 minutes to go.
Portland would like to get the inside game of Duckworth going, but he's having trouble handling the ball.
Perkins takes it away. Scott for the Lakers. Traveling. Scott gets the hoop, and the Lakers are into single digits. Their deficit down to 9. Get it to the man for 3. Duckworth. Big offensive rebound and draws the foul.
Defensively, the Lakers, with Divac beginning to make some things happen. He poked that one away. They end up fighting the ball away from Kevin Duckworth. The crowd wanted to travel against Byron Scott, who pulls up and knocks that jumper down. Now, when Scott has been a factor against Portland, it's been his great perimeter shooting. Divac will go out of the ball game. Thompson in.
Divac with 4 fouls now, and the veteran Thompson replaces him. Probably does a better job against Duckworth.
Thompson is great against any player that plays with his back to the basket. Very quick reacting off of his feet.
Portland getting that second chance on the offensive end. Finally, Magic Johnson, the rebound for Los Angeles. Lakers down by 10. Byron Scott rattles it in, a 2-pointer, and it's now 80-72. A 15-3 run for the Lakers. Their first serious run of the entire game. Kersey. 82-72. Kersey with 13.
The Lakers getting better balance in their attack. Scott has helped out. Worthy's off to a big start. Here comes Magic.
This is the layup. Scott takes it away from Kersey. Worthy. Quite a quarter for Worthy. 10 points and 16 in the game. He's averaging nearly 22 on the year.
All teams in the NBA, when they get big leads, traditionally will give some of it back. You don't want to see it all melt away.
Scott with Kersey really hawking him from behind, hustling to try to make another one of those great plays, but Scott able to get it home, and the Lakers pull within just 6 at 82-76, and a 20-second timeout from Rick Adelman.
The Trailblazers started the quarter very quickly, but the tables have been turned by Magic Johnson and the Los Angeles Lakers. Scott with a pull-up jumper. And that was one of the 9 that he had in the third quarter of play. So Scott has arrived, and he didn't play in the second quarter much at all, thanks to the play of Teagle, and then Scott on the end trying to jam. Kersey trying to deny that, but they complete the play. Rick Adelman now wants his team to get back to better ball movement. They want to make a stand defensively, as the Lakers have scored on almost every possession in this third quarter.
19-5, the Lakers outscoring the hometown Blazers in this 4.5-minute run. And it's a game again at 6 points, 82-76 Portland.
Remember that rivalry that Magic spoke of.
Give and go to Williams. Blocked by Worthy, and the foul on Worthy. Back to Adelman, who grew up in Southern California, very near the Coliseum, was a baseball, basketball star before going to Loyola of Los Angeles. And his heroes as a youngster were Sandy Koufax, and he said, and of course, the clutch man, Mr. Clutch Jerry West. And our sympathies go from NBC Sports to Jerry West on the death of his mother, Cecile. He's back for the funeral in Charleston, West Virginia.
The last play that the Trailblazers ran was designed to get them back in motion, going to the hoop. A little pick and roll with Buck Williams going to the hoop. Drexler dropped it off. They pick up the foul. Thompson out. AC Green in.
Williams looking for his 9th point, averaging a little over 11. His points are down, but his field goal percentage way up this year, second in the league. Lakers down by 7 with 3.5 left in the third. Worthy knocked out of bounds by Portland. Edelman born to be a coach, and a good one he has become here in Portland. Paid his dues. Worthy with Kersey. Scott left alone. Takes it to the Byron Scott, former Arizona State star, and it's a 5-point game. For that rebound, and Drexler takes it away. Porter. 3-pointer for Porter, and a big shot that was after the Drexler steal. Scott for 3. Oh, my. What a quarter for Byron Scott. 18 points in the game, 14 in this period. Porter back for a deuce. 88-81.
We have a firefight, but that's the only way you can maintain a lead and cut into a lead. You got to make some shots. Scott red hot right now, resembling the Scott that used to come in here and tear the Trailblazers apart.
2 minutes left in the third. Alone. Is he hot? 21 points for Byron Scott. Many thought he wouldn't play today. 88-84.
Sometimes you play your best games when you're not feeling well, and Scott's come up with one big here this afternoon, 17 in the quarter.
Tossed a goose egg against Utah. Didn't score in half a game. Oh, Robinson with a push, and that'll cost Portland. Boy, things turned around in this third period. Portland led by 20, and it's down to 4, and the Lakers have the ball.
Timeout, Los Angeles.
And the Lakers call time.
You see the bump, but Robinson and the Trailblazers don't like the call.
1:37 left in the third. You say you want meaningful statistics. Well, here you go. Cliff Robinson in the red headband. First half, 11 points. Second half, he switches to the, well, that's still in the first half. black headband in the second half. As you look at it live, 0 points. Now, well, what's the story in the headbands with Cliff?
Style. I remember I told you, we've got free spirits in the league. Harvey Grant of Chicago is that way. Excuse me, Horace Grant of Chicago is that way. And Cliff has his own, and where he likes to change headbands. And sometimes he draws a goose egg when he changes.
Well, in mourning at the moment, that black's appropriate as the Lakers have gone from 20 down to within 4. And this possession for Magic just misses the 3. And Perkins gives the Lakers another chance. Magic to Teagle. 1:13 left in the third period. Scott with 10. He's the hot hand, and he hits again. 2-point lead for Portland, and this is just a return favor of what Portland did to the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And remember what I said about making Magic Johnson a score. He has not scored in the quarter. 19 for Byron Scott, 10 for James Worthy.
Well, Williams and Perkins really battling inside, and the steal by Scott. And with 40 seconds left in the quarter, here comes Johnson with a chance for a tie or the lead for L.A. It was the third quarter where the Lakers fell apart in Los Angeles. Scott again misses, and Williams hauls it down. Tipped by Kersey, but Magic for the Lakers. 21 seconds to go. They'll go for the final shot. Magic ties it up. His first points of the period. From 20 down in the third to a brand new game. Final shot for Porter. He hits it. Boy, that's a big answer. A three-pointer, and that gives Portland a 91-88 lead after 3. And we'll return to the Coliseum after these messages and a word from your local station. We go to the fourth. Here's Magic's shot that completed a 38-18 run for the Lakers.
As the quarter was going to a close, Magic Johnson realized he had a chance to get a score, broke the defense down, but Porter perhaps made the biggest shot for the Trailblazers when he came back and nailed the three-pointer as the quarter ended, and the Lakers had fought themselves back into the ball game.
Porter had a dozen of Portland's 26 third-period points to keep them in the lead, 91-88, after the Lakers had made up the 20-point deficit in that third period. We go to the fourth, the top 2 teams in the West. And we hope you'll be with us next Saturday of the Lakers and the Utah Jazz in Salt Lake City. And we have a big doubleheader for you tomorrow here on NBC.
And one of the reasons that teams can come from behind, you've got 24-second shot clock. You've got to turn the ball over. The defense gets stiffer. Teams get the ball from the perimeter. The other team also makes some shots. Lakers had 2 huge heroes in Worthy and Scott.
Teagle forcing that jumper, but that's how he likes it. Just at the 24-second buzzer, leaning away from his defensive man, and it's 91-90. Ames answers for Portland. Danny Ainge with 4 off the bench. Johnson hooks Ainge on his drive, and Magic doesn't believe it.
It's a painful call against Magic Johnson. He comes across the middle and quickly wheels in, and he said he didn't touch him, and the pictures show he didn't.
Ames at the other end, however, hits the 3. Now hold on, they're going to call that a 2. 95-90 as Ames back-to-back hoops. And Ames a little too zealous on that defensive effort. Byron Scott, who had that red-hot third period up, what's that technical foul now against the Lakers? Scott being iced down that left shoulder after his brilliant third period, and things turn icy for Dunleavy as His team picks up the technical foul, and Terry Porter goes to the other end to shoot it. Magic Johnson still unhappy about the call against him when he drove around Ames.
Well, Magic rarely gets into it with officials, but he wanted to make this point with David Jones, and David Jones made his point that kick call or no kick call, he's running the show, and the Trailblazers pick up a cheap point. The Lakers will try to come back and score.
96-90 Portland. 10:43 left in the fourth period. Perkins from Magic, and a foul. Basket is good. Let's go back to what Magic did to earn that tee.
You see Ames reach in, and the call goes against Ames and the Trailblazers, and now Magic wants to make a point about the call the time before, and all of his comments are in the direction of the official David Jones.
Some of those comments even shook our videotape replay. Magic so rarely losing that big smile, happy demeanor of his. That hides a lot of fire underneath, though. He is a great competitor. Three-point game. Portland in the lead. Cliff Robinson. Worthy, and the foul on Robinson jumping in. That's his third.
Robinson knows he missed a golden opportunity. He was right at the well. His momentum took him a little bit away, and trying to chase it, picked up the foul. The Trailblazers see Magic Johnson go to the bench. Tony Smith in. They perhaps, if they can apply some pressure, can get some breathing room. They can force Smith to make some mistakes.
Johnson with 13 assists today. Leaves him just 11 from the record held by the Big O. Wide open, AC Green misses, but tips it. Was it on the rim? Yes. No basket as Green, after missing the easy shot.
How do you miss an opportunity at point-blank range? You rush the shot. That's what Green did, and then knowing that, trying to get it back, goaltend.
That would have made it 96-95. Ames. Perkins. And Tony Smith playing for Magic Johnson, the rookie from Marquette. Perkins thinking about a three for a moment.
Teagle wants to find the body. They double him.
Tony Smith. Rebound, Buck Williams. Williams, who leads Portland on the year in rebounds. 9.5 a game. Now Robinson picks up the foul on the drive. And it appears to be Tony Smith with a foul.
AC Green missed his own shot and trying to get it back. Goaltend the ball, and the Trailblazers get a huge break.
Blazers maintaining a three-point lead over the Lakers, a little bit better than 9.5 minutes left in the fourth and final quarter. Now, Byron Scott came into the game with a sprained left shoulder. Obviously, he is not suffering, at least his shooting touches. And when he went over to the bench, though, you might have noticed they put a pad on that left shoulder. Well, it wasn't ice, it was heat. I talked to Gary Vitti, the Lakers trainer. They put a hot pad on that left shoulder, so he didn't cool down. He would stay warm. Look for Byron Scott to be back momentarily. Let's go over to Dick.
All right, also Byron Scott and Magic Johnson on the bench for Los Angeles with 9:35 to go, and Cliff Robinson at the line for Portland. Robinson averaging 11.7 on the season and looking for his 12th point on this trip. Still looking for his first point in the second half. Those headbands will kill you sometimes. Get that red one out. I think Coach Edelman looking for one right now. There's the point, and a dozen on the game for Robinson. 4-point Portland lead. Plenty of time.
But the Lakers want from Smith and the bench is poised under fire. They want to try to continue to keep Worthy in the ball at the offensive end.
6 on the shot clock. Teagle with 3. And Robinson rebounds. Teagle knocks it away. And a foul on Teagle. Well, tomorrow we hope you'll be with us NBA on NBC, and my buddy Al McGuire and Don Crickey will call the Knicks Celtics game. He'll tell you how he used to hold Cousy to 20 points. Of course, he fouled out in the first quarter. San Antonio will play Phoenix in the nightcap. Marv and Mike will be there. It's a big Sunday twin bill for you, NBA here on NBC.
Now the bench got Portland a break, and they've got those players back in. We'll see if they can get involved. Duckworth.
AC Green, he's a tough rebounder. Doesn't play his role well for the Lakers.
Every team needs a guy that can energize them, and that's what Green does for the Lakers. As a starter, and they brought Perkins, they weren't getting that kind of energy.
Worthy with Perkins getting the second chance, and he is fouled. Perkins with a putback makes it 97-95, and Duckworth the foul.
Worthy with a good look at the basket, but good inside position by Perkins. He went up strong, draws a foul, has a chance for another three-point play, which would give him 6 in the quarter.
Looking for his 21st point. Duckworth, by the way, now with 4 fouls. 1-point game. Portland 97, Los Angeles 96. This is their 5th game of the year. Each has won 2. The 2 Portland wins in overtime. Veteran Davison. Duckworth, I thought he got away with that little skip to start, but he didn't. A delayed whistle, but a correct call.
Portland guilty of overpassing that time. Davis passed up a good opportunity, and they ended up turning the ball over as Duckworth was trying to get himself set and poised. The Lakers with a chance to take the lead.
LA's last lead was the first basket of the second quarter when they went in front 31-30. Then they fell behind by as much as 20 in the third period, made up the deficit, and now a chance for the lead. With Magic on the bench, Perkins, Ames can't stop it, and Perkins, a tough angle jumper. Los Angeles by 1.
Notice how the Laker defense has now gotten energized with making some hoops.
Well, as close and as competitive as they've been these last couple of years, these rivals in the West. Eagle with Ames on the double team. Worthy, way off. Wide open down court is Robinson. Perkins to beat. Oh, my. A little rough on Perkins' behalf. Drexler returns for Portland. Let's see if Magic comes in for Los Angeles.
Good alert pass by Jerome Kersey, put pressure on Sam Perkins and the Laker defense. Robinson had ideas of going over the top. The crowd wanted a flagrant foul, which would have resulted in 2 shots and possession.
So Perkins takes a rest as Divac comes back in. Robinson 2 for 4 from the line today. 198. Shot only 55% last year as a rookie. Has boosted that to 66% this year from the line.
Robinson has improved in almost every category because his shot selection and his patience and his understanding of the NBA style of play came along with the year's experience.
Magic Johnson has been on the bench since the 10:28 mark. That's now 3.5 minutes. Tony Duckworth taps it out, and unable to save is Walter Davis.
Big inside pass from Worthy to Tony Smith, and Smith was not aware where the defense was, had to force up a tough shot. Portland did not get it back. The Lakers have 6 on the shot clock.
Dunleavy was so quick to point out as he jumped off his tee, came down here midcourt. Yell out that information. Worthy, a 2-pointer, barely missed the tray. Whoops, a little push and shove between AC Green and Kevin Duckworth. And Mike Dunleavy is on the court. He is furious. Boy, this is really out of character for Dunleavy. Dunleavy he saw something the officials did not. He's pointing to his knee as if he felt that Duckworth started it with a knee. We'll take another look at it if we can, although it was away from the ball. Well, John Gonzalez, our director, and David Neal, our producer, they've got a shot on everything.
Well, Worthy with the shot. The ball goes in. Cliff Robinson goes down. Now, he ties his feet up right there. Now, he's trying to get undone. And now there's the push.
And the call had already been made against Duckworth. And Dunleavy, boy, that'll age you.
But he's complaining about it. His man was hooked and held by the Trailblazers, Cliff Robinson.
A good time to call a timeout with Portland by 1. Let's go back to that little hockey entanglement.
It wasn't the made shot that caused all the excitement. It was the hook by A.C. Green, first underneath and then out front as he was being held, but he pushed them both off. I thought you said he didn't like boxing.
Well, there's A.C. Senior, the former boxer. He said, all right, use that left hand. You got to stick. Magic Johnson returns with 6:54 left. The big boys are on court now as it comes down to a one-point game. Portland going for the division title here on their home court.
The Lakers trying with this stand here to keep that collar on the Trailblazers that in a big game they could beat them should they meet in the conference final.
Drexler earns a tough 2, and it's 103-100. Not unlike the Pistons and the Bulls in Detroit, although they're not going to win this year in their division, still reminding the Bulls are around. Last touch by Home. No one seems to know.
You know that business about King of the Hill, and who's ever up there is going to try to stay up there. The Trailblazers get the call. Dunleavy is saying, no way.
He thought the Blazers tipped the ball on the pass. Here's Magic's pass.
The ball hit the rim and bounced out.
103-100. He gets the technical. That's right, he said. Looks like that was Bush.
Well, he went up very nicely to Hugh Evans and made his statement. Whatever came out wasn't quite so nice. And Evans reacted, and he's telling the officials, see the game. He wants some call that is into the floor and for his team. Dunleavy very competitive. He realizes this is a huge ball game for the Lakers.
104-100. 2 of the 4-point lead. Those points coming on technical shots. One against Magic, one against Dunleavy. Porter falling away and hits. A 2-pointer, 21 for him, and the Blazer lead is 6. 6 minutes to go. Magic on the drive. Rejected by Drexler. Ames goes right out of bounds with it, and that will go to Los Angeles, and Ames is unhappy.
Now, he's saying, I was out of bounds. I threw it on Divac, and they're saying Divac was out of bounds as well, so he carried the ball out. Strong drive by Magic Johnson. Better play by Clyde Drexler to knock it away. The hustle by Ames, you see they're both standing out of bounds.
Every time I see Drexler play, I can't believe he's only 6'7". He plays like he's 6'11". Divac inside. How they call that one? A push on Divac? No.
Foul across the arms on Drexler.
Clyde Drexler, now the all-time Portland scorer in his 8th year as the #1 pick out of Houston after his junior year with Phi Slamma Jamma. He's adopted this city now, as so many players do, Steve.
And Portland turns out to treat their players so well that a lot of times they can't leave, and that has been true for Clyde Drexler. They missed both of the free throws by Divac.
It remains 106-100. It does show you how big Drexler plays at 6'7". He was hawking defensively. Divac at 7'1" that last play when he fouled. Over Worthy. 27 for Drexler. Timeout, Los Angeles. side of Beat LA are the lyrics. And Steve, I think these were perhaps your contribution. So come on, you Lakers, give it your best shot, because against the Blazers, you ain't worth squat. I don't know. That may make the charts up here in the Northwest.
Well, it certainly will be the #1 tune, but we've got 5 minutes left in this ball game, and the Lakers have showed that there's no quitting them. Portland will have to defend them and make them become a perimeter team. Perkins.
He looked for the three. He finds the tray. 108, 103, and a big goal for Perkins, who leads the Lakers with 26. Magic looking for a turnover. The veteran hustling in the backcourt.
It was Scott and Worthy, and now it is Perkins as they try to double up Drexler. Tips it in.
Boy, went right through the Lakers to tip that one home. Drexler with 29. Perkins double teamed. And the foul on Portland. It almost looked like he hit the Laker hand on this. Let's take another shot at it.
Drexler spun in, and one of the things that Drexler does very well for a guard is offensive rebound, very quick off his feet with the left hand, gets the hoop, but they're coming back through Sam Perkins right now. Perkins with a huge fourth quarter with 11 and back on the line.
Looking for his 27th point. 110. 104. 4:47 left. Drexler really led the Blazers here in this game. 21 of 29 from the field. Boy, that is great shooting from the two stars. Porter in the backcourt and Drexler inside.
This is a bread and butter play. They want to force the switch. They don't do it.
Porter with 9. It away, a rare turnover.
The play was intended to find Duckworth rolling to the hoop, threw it too high, but Williams couldn't chase it down. The Lakers have it with a chance to close to within 3.
100 to 105, Portland leads it. And there's Drexler taking it from Magic, and then Magic from the backside forces a turnover. Boy, is that high-priced talent on display.
You'll see Drexler with great reaction get out in the open court. He wanted this hoop all the way. Scott makes him go behind the back. He lost it and bobbled it out of bounds.
Magic right there to try to pickpocket him. 5-point Portland lead.
And they want to make Portland make a decision. Do you give help to Magic, or does he find someone that's open? Worthy for 3.
James Worthy. It won't fall, and it remains a 5-point Portland advantage with 3:30 to go.
This is a play designed for Drexler, and they like to force him away from the box. They do, now they get help.
Ooh, Worthy a near steal. Porter. Rare miss for him. Magic to Scott. And a foul. Kersey again. Boy, does he get back on defense. Kersey streaking again and denying. That's the second time he's denied an easy dunk on a breakaway.
They get Terry Porter with a tough shot, and Magic Johnson looks up to find Scott ahead of the pack, but Kersey will not give in. Comes across. They pick up the personal foul. Scott has been tremendous from the second half on.
That's his 24th point of the game, his first from the free throw line. From that angle, and you hear the booing reaction of the Portland fans. Didn't appear that Kersey really got a piece of him. He just looked as if he might have fouled him. 4th foul on Kersey. 110, 107. He's sitting by that heating pad in case Scott needs some more on that shoulder.
Now, these teams started the preseason playing each other, and they played this way. This game is ended. If they want to be the best, and whoever comes out of this, they feel will win the championship.
Lakers with a win trying to pull within 2. Just keep pressure on Portland with 4 games to go and improve their own chances of a home court advantage. Portland wants it all. And they're now 2.5 minutes from just that, the Pacific Division title. Perkins for three. And Duckworth battles away, and it's going to be on Divac. And he says, what did I do wrong? Dunleavy with a smile, as if to say, how could it be? 5 on Divac.
Perkins from the outside, but you'll see Divac holding Duckworth. He takes the worst for the hold as he goes down, but trying to draw the foul, the reaction.
2:25 to go. Duckworth against Divac, the double team, and the travel. He was dancing.
The Lakers know if they can put pressure on Kevin Duckworth. He's not a good passer. He sometimes gets a little nervous, anxiety. He drags the foot. The Lakers have the ball.
It's Magic against Drexler again at the Laker end. Johnson down the alley to Worthy. 112, 109. Worthy with 20. Just under his average. 1:45 to go, and now it's counting possessions.
The quicker you make a decision offensively, the better your chances of scoring. They try to squeeze Drexler. That will be the 15th foul against the Lakers, so it'll turn out to be a shooter, and a foul on Divac.
His 6th, so that's all for him.
Magic Johnson down the lane, beats the defense with his penetration and pass to Worthy, who's right at the rim. So Worthy has been able to get a wake-up call. He's had 14 in the second half.
Divac leads with 8, and a rare miss by Drexler from the line. 80% free throw shooter. Magic now with 15 assists in the game. Duckworth goes out, and Robinson returns. And Robinson, there's a, oh, wow, I was afraid he'd forgotten the headband.
You thought he should have brought back the red one. Down to crunch time. Drexler missed them both. Buck Williams pushes off, so you result in a shooter the other way.
They're missing 2, and Williams with a foul. And Los Angeles with a timeout. 1:36 to go, and it's a 3-point game in Portland. Reminder, a doubleheader tomorrow on NBC, and then next Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 12 o'clock here on the West Coast. It's the Lakers and the Utah Jazz, the Magic Man against the Mailman in Salt Lake City. Will be there, and as always for the Lakers, that man will be Chick Hearn, who's been the Laker announcer since they moved from Minneapolis. Told me an interesting story. There was so little interest in the Lakers the first year, they didn't broadcast the games on radio. He was used in the playoffs the second year and has been at the mic ever since. One of the game's very best play-by-play men. Joel?
All right, Dick, Randy Funn, the assistant coach for the Los Angeles Lakers, told me they're going to try to post up Sam Perkins over the next 96 seconds. And I don't know about you, gentlemen, but I think that move by Randy Funn and, of course, Mike Dunleavy, the head coach, to switch Byron Scott on Byron or Clyde Drexler over the last 2.5 to 3 minutes has paid off. Drexler has not been as dominating.
That's 29 for Perkins, 1 away from his season high as a Laker. And the game is 112-110. A 1-point game with 1:36 left, and Perkins matches his Laker high of 30. And here is Scott on Porter, with Worthy taking Drexler.
You're going to give Duckworth a chance to go one-on-one against Perkins.
No foul, down. Easy 2 for Duckworth. Perkins looking for the flop foul, didn't get it.
In this situation, they like to go with a 2-man game. Magic Johnson and James Worthy. They want to drop the ball inside to Worthy.
Over Drexler, not there. And it's the ever-present Porter with the ball, and less than a minute to go. Portland by 3.
Drexler wanted to go. They want to use some time on the clock, and then they want to try to come back with a 2-man game and take advantage of Duckworth.
Porter with 5. Can't hit it. Magic with 38 seconds left in the game. They hit this shot and he misses it. Oh, my. .7 seconds left in the game. Magic's 7th turnover. 15 assists for Johnson in the game. 3-point lead, Portland. Drexler, the 10. Drexler hits again. Timeout, Los Angeles. 31 for Drexler, the star playing big in a very big Saturday game in Portland.
You never know with Clyde exactly where the shot is going to come from, but the result gets the crowd.
Spurred by their star, Clyde Drexler. The Blazers lead by 5 with a handful of seconds left. And today's Miller Genuine Draft Player of the game is Clyde Drexler of Portland Trail Blazers. On behalf of NBC and Miller Genuine Draft, $1,000 donation to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. And you talk about a big star playing big in a big game. Drexler, 31 points, 70% from the floor, 14 out of 20, throwing 4 assists, 5 rebounds, and a couple of steals. And the Blazers are 15 seconds away from dethroning the 9-time Laker champions, 9 in a row. They'll be painting that Mount Hood snow red and black.
In the situation, the Lakers want a quick score. They don't have to have a 3, but they have to have a score. They couldn't get the ball in, so they're going to have to take another timeout.
The quick score and the quick foul now is all that's left for Dunleavy.
They've got to hope that somehow, with all of this excitement, that the Trailblazers will make a mental mistake and give them a chance. They have no more timeouts left. Now, what always bothers a coach the most is the inability to get the ball in. Sometimes they shoot themselves in the foot when they give big men the opportunity to be the inbound passer, simply because under pressure, they don't want to make a mistake.
Tomorrow, Steve Jones, you get the day off tomorrow?
As well.
Good. Well, we'll be leaning back and enjoying a doubleheader. Game 1, the Knicks and the Celtics. Don Criqui and Al McGuire. And then it's Marv Albert and Mike Fratello as the San Antonio Spurs and Phoenix Suns in a key Western Conference battle. Hope you'll be with us starting at 12:30 Eastern Time with NBA Showtime. Rick Adelman, in his 3rd year, produced 59 wins last year record, now goes for 60 today, and with that win almost positions the Blazers with all the advantages, including home court throughout the playoffs.
Setting a bad precedent for himself, though, because if every year you get better, you're heading into a territory where you can't win.
You don't want to get too good too fast if you want that long-term contract. Fans start to expect you to win it every year, don't they?
Well, you think about it. During Magic Johnson's years as a Laker, they have averaged 59.5 wins a season. They just set an NBA record of 12 consecutive 50-win seasons. You take that drop, there's no way but down, and they expect you to do well as he.
And Magic will play Monday night at home, needing 9 assists or less to break Oscar Robertson's record. The Big O changes his mind, goes out to be a part of it. It would really mean a lot to Magic, I know.
Green for 3.
Can't hit it. Perkins rebounds. Hits the 2. 8.6 seconds left. Portland by 3, and the foul by Worthy.
That's your only choice, but Sam Perkins has really come up big this afternoon. 17 in the final quarter of play with that putback just to give the Lakers a little bit of life. They're hanging on by a slim thread. Porter has been in this situation with the Lakers before and has missed free throws. Did it last year when they could have won in regulation. Did it when they were coming back down in the form this year. Shouldn't feel any pressure. Really only needs one to seal the game. If he gets them both, that should mean victory for certain.
16 assists, ties high for the year. And there's the 4-point lead. Green goes out and Teagle comes in, a shooter, and Cliff Robinson is in for Buck Williams. Well, they love Williams here. What a fit to get this #1 draft pick from New Jersey in 1981, the #1 pick, and traded for Sam Bush, #1 last year. 5-point lead. Johnson for 3. Doesn't hit it. Less than a second remains, and they can stand up and celebrate. The new Pacific Division champions are the red and black of the Portland Trailblazers. With plenty of business left in these final 2 weeks of the season, and one can only hope after this that these two teams might play again before this NBA season is history. That's the story from Portland. Let's go to Bob Costas in New York.
Okay, Bob Costas back with Pat Riley. Something of a mini celebration going on in Portland. Clyde Drexler has the headset on. He joins us now, and I say mini celebration, Clyde, because there are many plateaus to reach along the way, and I know that this club will not be satisfied until the ultimate celebration.
Exactly. I think our team has really been playing well the last 2 years, and I think the only thing that will really top everything off would be to win an NBA championship. We know there's a lot of hard work involved. The players are about to start, and I think we're ready.
Clyde, it's been a long time. Actually, you can go back to 1983 when the Houston Cougars didn't get it done against North Carolina State, but it's been 7 or 8 years of you playing at Portland and always being behind the Lakers. Do you feel personally and as a team that you finally broken through?
I think we finally broke loose last season when we won the Western Conference. I think the Lakers have been so good for so long, Pat. You know about that. But we've been chasing them forever, seems like. And this year we finally stayed atop of them for the Pacific Division, and it really feels good. But our work is unfinished. I think we'll continue to work hard until we win the big one.
Clyde, you won the season series head-to-head against the Lakers, winning today at home, and the last time you played them, they had you down 20 or so at the Forum. You came back and won in overtime. Is the psychological advantage gained from that something for sportscasters and sports writers and fans, or does it really mean something to the players?
I think it really means something to the players as well as the fans. I think it means that you can come back regardless of the situation. I think it gives you team confidence. It builds the team morale, and I just think it's a good feeling. It builds confidence.
One last thing before we let you go here. You've won 13 in a row now. The club was relatively flat in February and March. Why the turnaround?
That's a good question. I just think that the team was playing so well. Everything was going so good. I think we kind of lost perspective. I think we're not playing the type of defense which enabled us to have the good record. And that when we got back to the basics, we seemed to have good success.
Clyde, congratulations on winning the Pacific. We'll talk to you throughout the playoffs. Let's take a look now at where things stand in the Western Conference. Portland has won the Pacific. They will have the best record in the conference. In all likelihood, they'll have the best record in the league. They've all but eliminated Chicago in that regard, so they'd have home floor advantage against anybody as long as they stay alive. But some of the other playoff brackets could change between now and the end of the regular season. Portland will go against Seattle, but in the middle, there are still races going on, especially in the Midwest.
Well, especially with Phoenix and Utah, San Antonio, and Houston, you know, we've talked a lot about those 4 teams trying to find playoff position. But, Bob, a note on Portland. Portland did what great teams have to do. They had a chance to come in, close out, make a statement. And when you get to that opportunity of finally winning it, you have to get the job done. It looked as though today they might have had some of these old Laker nightmares come up, but they got the job done. They got everything they need out here in the West, and now it's all up to them the rest of the way.
Well, we have a chance. We'd like to remind you about the doubleheader tomorrow on NBC. There it is. Don Criqui will pair with Al McGuire. When was the last time that Al called an NBA game? You know, he used to play for the Knicks, and he used to play a lot in Boston Garden, and he always said that he was the one guy in the league back in the 50s who could put the clamps on Bob Cousy. Of course, he usually fouled out during the first quarter. But in any case, Knicks and Celtics to open it, then San Antonio and Phoenix in the second half of the doubleheader. Marv and Mike will call that one.
We're going to hear a lot of wide bodies and, aircraft carriers tomorrow from Al, I bet, right?
All right, we got 1 minute here, and it's time for round 11 of the shootout.
What's that, round 11? Is that golf
Let's take a look at where things stand. I am at 80%. as the upset may be in the making. But between now and the end of the playoffs, many more shots to be taken. Now, since you are trailing, I give you the option. You want to shoot first or second?
There's no light on the basket.
Well, you can still see it through the shadows.
There's no light.
Riley from a seated position. Off the back iron.
There's no light up there.
Now he's begun to complain about the playing conditions, the last refuge of a basketball scoundrel. You know, a lot of people have asked, what's the distance?
Yeah, what is it?
It's about 12 feet for you. It's a little bit less than 15. It's not a true foul shot. For me, it's about 15 feet from here. Give me the other ball. This one's a little dead. I like a lively, ball. Like, you know,
light, Kelly.
I need a bounce.
I'm protesting.
This is my first chance to open up a real lead. Let me loosen the jacket here. Here we go. God,
I'm not going to live this down.
I'm up by 2. I'm just toying with him. It's too easy. See you tomorrow.